I'm not a big fan of the US Preventive Services Task Force. I find them an appendage that's not particularly useful. And the thing that bothers me is they keep issuing these important encyclicals and taking up valuable print space, saying nothing that's very new. The discussion about prostate cancer has gone back and forth for years. The most recent data came from the British that did a randomized trial that showed no prostate cancer specific improvement from PSA screening and no improvement in overall survival. Reality of the situation is the task force came out with its encyclical and went in the other direction. Last time they did it, they said, this stuff doesn't work, it's not worth doing. This time they said, for younger men, maybe it is. And they came out with a dramatic statement, patients should talk to their doctors about this. Wow, my taxpayer dollars were so well spent. So I'm not a big fan. When you add the fact that they issued an encyclical that I call the Yes We Have No Bananas encyclical about testis screening, where they said, we've reviewed all the literature and there is no literature, therefore we have no recommendation, and took 3 pages to say that. They confused everybody in their encyclical on the timing of breast cancer screening. So I am troubled by the fact that journal editors keep giving them space in prime real estate. So last time they said the evidence is not supportive of screening. Since their last encyclical, the only published data actually suggests that screening doesn't work. And they've softened their stance and said, well, maybe it does, we're not sure. The data haven't changed. So they've reanalyzed the same set of data and come up with a slightly different conclusion, but not a strong conclusion. I just don't see the point of adding confusion when you're a national body that's setting standards. So I'm troubled by that. I don't really know what the problem is. I have no clue who makes it up. I think the problem is that it's an entity that doesn't add value. There are plenty of people who have worked in the space, plenty of people who've asked for good, hard data, and having bodies of any type that give marginal statements that are perhaps even politically influenced, it's very popular to advocate screening. The data after 20 years are still not clear. At the end of the day, patients have PSA screening done, they still often die of cancer. Others don't have PSA screening done, and they don't die of prostate cancer. It's marginal. And my view is the task force would do better to focus on something new rather than recycling information and not saying anything that's very different.